World War II is often told through battles and generals, through tanks rolling forward and flags planted in rubble. But wars like this are not won at the front line. They are won far behind it, where machines never sleep. When Europe was burning itself out, America was warming up. Factories expanded before soldiers even arrived. Production targets mattered as much as battle plans. This was not hesitation, it was preparation on an industrial scale. The United States did not fight a traditional war at first. It fought an economic one. Steel, oil, food, and transport were organized into a single system. Once that system moved, stopping it became impossible. Liberty ships were not masterpieces of engineering. They were disposable by design, cheap, fast to build, and endlessly replaceable. If one sank, another was already halfway across the ocean. Allied advances were powered by supply, not courage alone. Troops moved because fuel followed them. Air power dominated because spare parts never ran out. Logistics turned momentum into inevitability. Germany mastered tactics but underestimated endurance. Precision means little when resources dry up. As supply lines collapsed, victories became unsustainable. Modern war punishes nations that cannot replenish faster than they lose. The Eastern and Western fronts revealed the same truth. Industry decides how long a war can be fought. Strategy only works when backed by production. Without it, even the best plans decay. By 1944, the outcome was already written in factory output. The battlefield simply caught up. American industry did not just support the war effort, it was the war effort. After the war ended, the lesson remained. Military power now depended on economic depth. Future conflicts would follow the same rule. Control production, and you control the war. This is how World War II was truly decided, not by a single battle, not by a single weapon, but by an economy that never slowed down.